time, so it's just like, yeah, I'll go.
You should probably like push some of those over here.
I'll go to the party.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, they're pulling them. You gotta stay away.
I love it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you ever taken one of those like 23andMe tests?
No.
I want to give the CIA my DNA.
Oh, or Mossad. Yeah.
Mossad. Yeah.
They don't need any more of my DNA out there. You know? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because then they can just cross it over with every crime that comes in. You know, no.
I've always thought, in, like, the terms of what do you want, larceny or Koval tonight? What are you thinking? I'll
do Koval.
Okay, I'll take the larceny then. I'm gonna
There we go.
start her off. But I've always thought that an evil super genius like Bill Gates or Elon Musk, whenever they like, perfect gene therapy or whatever, there's gonna be somebody who just like tailors specific code viruses to one person through their gene code.
Oh yeah, that was
It's like the James Bond movie, I think.
Yeah, that
one of
was
those.
Spectre.
Yeah.
That's exactly
So,
what Spectre
like,
is.
It's probably going to happen like that, and I'm always worried about it. So
Right.
I'm not going to ever get my DNA to 23andMe or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I think the real scary thing is that with AI and how it's becoming and more advanced and such is that like my wife is dealing with bank fraud, and there's been a few elderly that got frauded and stuff like that, several thousand come up missed and stuff like that. And that's the worst part is like even Rogan's mentioned it, like we could be tied to serious crimes and we didn't even do it.
Speaking of bank fraud, right? My card just got yoinked like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I had to get a new card again. Like the fourth time it's happened. I don't know if I'm getting skimmed or whatever. Like I don't know how often that happens at like gas stations where you just walk in and then like they just have like a card skimmer, kind of what I'm talking
It
about.
happens a lot more in Milwaukee and such because that's what Alicia tells me from what her bank is. Like,
I was at Quick Trip, it's like, and I don't know if it happens at Quick Trip that often or whatnot.
Could be
but
one of those ones where they could read cards, stuff like that, and pull your magnetic information off of there. That's why, like, well, you have one of those Ridge ones, so this way it should have an RFID blocker.
Yeah. The Ridge wallets are fine.
Yeah.
I think it's probably whenever I'm using it. But yeah, somebody tried to like use my card up in Canada.
Oh
not
shit!
that long ago. And
Well,
then,
sometimes like
I get a call from my bank and they're like, was this you? And I was like, no. And then they're like,
No way.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. If I was like true Canadian, I would have been able to get out of that one.
well, get this. So
no way.
my sister had, this was 2 years ago now. My sister got a variety of a whole bunch of orders for blankets, toys, bunch of stuff that she didn't order. But what happens is that they'll throw it through a random generator and they'll just dump it into a website where you can buy something. Like, let's say you just use Amazon because that's what happened to her. And that's what they'll do. They'll keep using it, and then they'll escalate to bigger items. But for some odd reason, whoever did that to her card all went to her address.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So she was just getting random stuff in the mail, and she's like, I didn't order any of this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like random blankets, random
Christmas
toys.
again.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Santa?
This
Is that you?
This is before they knew if they're having a boy or a girl.
Ambien before bed,
I guess that's what I would do too. I would claim bank fraud if I just ordered like a boat to my house or something. We'll drink to that, guys.
Yep.
Ordering random stuff
A new
overnight
gun.
on Ambien.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Man, who would do this to me?
Oh.
Larceny is
I do
great.
know a guy that is looking to sell his AR-10.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like? What's like chamber?
308?
308.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's selling everything. He doesn't use it, so he wants to sell it, but it's all PSA parts, so he has no idea what the value is on it.
Probably like a lot cheaper than what he bought it for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not to diss on PSA, but like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, 10,000 rounds is probably a max for that, which nobody uses. But
Yeah, especially with 308.
Yeah, it's several $1,000s. But yeah, I don't know.
Because he was asking me, it's like, how much would this go for? Well, I sent him gun brokers just to kind of give him a point value, but then you can always go through PSA themselves to find out what they would be going for. But he to sweeten the deal, he's including magazines. He's including a really nice case too.
How much is he looking to try to get though?
That's the thing. He doesn't know what its value is.
Yeah.
And that's where he wants to base off of. So it's like, I don't know if he remembers how much he paid for it.
Yeah, if it's like one of the newer Saber 10s is going for like maybe 1,300. So
So maybe,
Ballpark
so
13.
13, maybe 1,500 because he's including optics with it too.
Oh yeah, depending on his optics.
Yeah, and it's Vortex. So yeah, I have a picture of it, so I can. So I sent it to a few of my other friends. So
I had just bought. Oh man, I bought a bunch of stuff to make a M21 build for my M1A that I have.
no,
So
nice.
I'm gonna make like a kind of like it's like a version from Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like an M21 EBR, and it has it's basically like it's a pretty simple setup. It's like a Bushnell scope. It's like nothing crazy.
You're gonna learn why you're not gonna like Bushnell.
Maybe I don't know. It's the one from the game, so it like looks accurate.
Mhm.
And I guess I don't really.
Yeah, Bushnell
what
is
else?
like the bottom rung of what you can buy for firearms.
Sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, one from the game. And then the upper that I just bought for it, like the upper kit, like the rail kit,
Mm-hmm.
is like $500. So like, you know, I'm just spending money on that. It probably is gonna end up costing like $1,400 on top of like what I've already spent. So it's like a $3K gun now. It's gonna be nice though.
It
It's gonna be
happens.
nice. I don't know. I'm excited about it.
Heck yeah, I'm looking
I
forward
can't
to
wait to
getting
get
back.
back out and shoot.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
today would have been a great day to go do that.
I
It's
canceled.
still too muddy out there, I think, for me.
I canceled my membership at the place that we went to
Yeah.
last year because
Yeah.
of just like
You don't want
random-
big Dick Dan swinging his dick all
Yeah,
around. You
I
know?
don't really
Like-
want a guy riding up on me in a gator again. It was very unwarranted. So I don't know. Like we might go out to the other one, maybe do Sparta, something like that. I don't know. Chaseburg. We'll go somewhere.
Chaseburg's pretty. It's trip.
Yeah, they're.
Plus, that club is a little bit easier to get into
I was
than the
like
cross gun
timing
club.
the distance from like or just looking at it on like
Mhm.
highway time.
I can
both
go
ways.
talk to the people I hunt on too and be like, hey,
Glorious.
because then it's just
That
anytime we
would
want to
be
go out.
the most best option.
Because that's
honestly.
private, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
but-
10 minutes away.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the way to go. That's the way to
Yeah,
go.
I was gonna say because
If we
even
have a,
it was like 30 minutes both directions.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter
Mhm.
if you go like out towards the Holman way or the Chaseburg way. Both are
Mhm.
28 minutes from here. Like directly from here, it's
Yeah.
28.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I guess it doesn't really matter. And like if you, I think like it's so much cheaper at the other place. Holman's expensive.
Yeah, they raise the
$10 a
fees.
day for guests, and then
Oh.
it's like 150 a year or something like that.
It's 150 a year for a family.
No, for just solo.
Oh, I
Family's 220 a year.
shit, they really went up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like not.
I wish that my archery club they have a option to shoot guns, but it's only trap.
Mm.
Which they have they do have a really nice trap setup where they have lights, stuff like that too. So it's well kept.
Yeah, and that's cool, but I don't shoot
Yeah, I
trap.
I don't shoot trap
I don't
either.
care to. I
And
guess.
they do it on a Thursday night, and it's like I always have
I've
shit
done
going.
it for fun during like a couple like competitions, like
Mm-hmm.
just to see where I was at. But
Yeah, I would almost rather just like have somebody throw a beer in front of me and then just.
I've
pop
done that
it.
too.
Yeah,
Done that too.
It's
Done that
a
too,
little bit
yeah.
more fun. So.
Yeah.
How do you think I practice for these clays? You know,
Yeah,
Bull!
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
My second cousin actually competes in Iowa. He's in high school. He's done pretty good.
Shooting in Iowa. Can't you like not shoot a rifle in Iowa though?
Nope. You can do
Yeah.
straight wall
It's like
cartridges.
too
That's
flat.
it. Yeah, it's
The bullet
bullshit.
just travels like 80 miles because something's
It
stopping
travels
it.
longer than it's supposed to now because it's in Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, just magically just goes farther.
Bullet speed in Iowa is faster than I don't know if you guys knew
Same
that.
thing
like,
in
back at home.
Illinois, and the same thing in Minnesota. Well,
Yeah.
south
Gun-
of
guns
Minnesota
don't
just
even work.
got approved for a couple smaller rifles, like the 243.
Oh, nice.
And
What is it? South of that?
I think it's- yeah.
the highway way up north.
Yeah.
Because you like way up north,
Yeah.
you can like up by Midget, you can use rifle, but
Oh, yeah,
down,
yeah.
but down this area,
that's because it's all pine
shot.
trees up there. Like
Yeah.
you have to shoot through the thick. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but like you can go out to Nebraska, you can go to Missouri. It's like it's crazy. It's like everywhere
the
except for
land
these places.
I honestly hunt, I could probably use a rifle and get away with it, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna push it because I've had DNR fly into the cornfield right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to risk it, especially with the now some of the DNR upgrading to having drones.
Drones.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
That's
Or
crazy.
dogs.
Really? You actually had dogs?
I've had dogs run up on me, and then the game warden's like 10 minutes behind them.
No shit. I've never had. Well,
It was duck hunting though.
So you
Oh,
can't
okay.
you can't hunt with rifle. Can you just shoot rifle for fun
I don't see
in
why not.
Minnesota?
you can target practice,
Yeah,
but
you
you just
can
can't
target.
hunt with it.
Okay,
You can
target
target.
practice is fine. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I
That
do.
target is the deer.
Yeah, well, the deer got. See, you gotta realize the deer got in the way.
Uh-huh.
It
It was
shot him over
behind the target. I don't know.
it bounced off a metal
Trajectory-
target.
We're in
and hit him-
Iowa. We just went through and
It bounced off of a metal target and hit him over the berm. I don't think you
Over the berm in the
understand.
chest?
Yeah, over the
Yeah,
berm,
right there.
right in the chest.
Right in the bread basket? Yeah.
It's happened to somebody else I know. So you probably happened to a deer. DNR agent, you just don't know. Okay.
no, you just shoot the deer and then you just don't post about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get caught.
Yeah. I can't believe people like do that. Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
people try to get away with like
Well,
when they go down to Iowa, they'll try to use a bow to shoot
Yeah.
a deer during gun season from out of staters. It's like you can't like DNR are not dumb. They know the difference
That
of an entrance.
or
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
yeah. Bullet hole or like play the
hole,
game.
you know?
And I don't know many
Play the
poachers
game.
that are going to go up there and shoot the deers again with their gun.
Yeah.
Let it lay. I'll be back in 20 minutes. All right, load it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Really
Why is there
goofy like
mud all
that.
inside the shot? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. No shit.
So before you came over, Phil, we were talking about like
I didn't do it.
the little little B tier clipper bot that I've been working on.
Yeah.
It's working.
It's work.
Working
Yeah?
pretty well. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
getting there. And I think
B
I'm gonna.
tier?
Yeah, it's just
It's
it's B tier. Yeah, it's a B tier bot. It does the job. Just
That's
good
the
enough.
job. Just good enough.
Just good enough. Made you look though, definitely. But yeah, it's kind of nice to just have like a programmable, like personalized app, right? And I think that would be kind of cool. Not that I would like mass scale it, but like say if you guys wanted to use it on your stream for stream podcast or whatever and stream at the stream, you could like plug in the same type of like keywording and all of that stuff. And then
Did you
like,
code it yourself?
yeah, so it's up like I got help with Grok, right?
Okay,
With the
yeah,
AI.
yeah.
But for anybody who's ever used like AI code, like they know it's very, very sloppy. Like it kind of doesn't really clean up around the edges, it's pretty rough. And you still have to kind of like I would recommend everybody at home still like learn how to code before you try to code with an AI because like an AI is still gonna like mess up at places
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to like overcorrect it.
See, I wouldn't know what I was looking at.
Yeah, and it is just code, right? So like when it spits out something at you, you still have to look at it and be like, okay, this is wrong here.
We got him sending out the codes if we go down. He's the coder,
yeah. But
dot,
yeah, that's something else. I don't know. That's some Morse code. I don't know. Like I can do some save your souls, but I don't know how long I can go on anything else. But yeah, I was just like thinking about like how easily it could be like transferred to like personalized on one thing. But like if you were to sell that for like a lifetime subscription, I guess you could probably sell it like that. You could be like, hey, I'll make this bot for you specifically, and it'll just be like everything that you would need for your show or whatever. And then I don't know, like the B tier one is so geared towards us. It has like the most viral shorts from you guys, me, Brad. It has like all of our guests. Like if we have any clips that hit over a couple thousand views, all of those ones are transcribed now. And then like it is put in and trained on specifically us. So
Nice.
like it's so geared in towards us. And I think the hardest part about anything like that is data. It's like just getting all of the data. And it's almost annoying because it's like you have to go back and
Dang, I'm an algorithm now.
yeah. Well, dude, this is actually kind of funny. So I was telling it like what we do, like what all of us do, and it started like coming up with things that you might say or that you might say.
No shit.
It's probably true.
And
It was
some
pretty
of them
close.
are pretty close.
So good.
One of them was a suggestion. It was like Phil, and then it would be like what you'd say. So it'd be like Phil or Jeff, and be like the following statement: Phil, I think I should go start a weed restaurant.
I think we've already said that.
We have, but I didn't put like any of those shorts really into the thing.
It knows me so well.
Right?
Yeah, and you know, I just described personalities for everyone.
Weird.
So I
We
was
haven't
like,
met.
I was like, yeah.
Right?
I was like, oh, Phil is like, you know, he used to be a former chef. He like, you know, smokes some weed occasionally, whatever.
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah, and then like for you, dude, for Jeff, it was like, this is an outdoorsman who will say some out of pocket stuff sometimes, but has a lot of fun, like, you know, just enjoying like the finer things in life.
Sure.
And like pretty good, you know, description, and like, you know, it gives synopsises of like who it thinks that these people are.
Nice.
Brad was like, I was like, Brad's a D&D master, or, you know, dungeon master, and he like, you know, is just kind of like fun, lighthearted, always has stories to tell, you know. And it was able to like come up. Well, it started like putting two personalities together. So it'd be like, oh, Jeff, you remember that one time you rolled a 3 on that dungeon quest? And, you know, it's like that's like a key tag now and stuff.
Funny.
Now that I mentioned it too, like the
It's
same
gonna
as
clip.
it's gonna be a clip.
Clipped.
Yeah, everything's gonna get clipped now because I'm mentioning like all the viral keywords and stuff. But
Oh yeah, and get this. So we're sitting there, we're out there on the fish, and all of a sudden I get a text message from the kiddo, and Sophia is like, she sends me a screenshot of me on the HJUSA podcast and stuff like that. He was like, you've earned more of my respect. It's like, cool, all right, awesome. It's
Yeah,
just like,
he turns to me and goes, she's listening to my podcast right now. I go, which one?
that's what
yeah. Dose After Dark, please no.
No, and he shows me. I was like, oh, not our current stuff. We're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Like, we're good.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, so I thought it was
Which one?
clever. It's
There's
like,
five
well, you know, it's
podcasts.
like eventually
Which
my
one?
content would get to her feed.
Yeah.
Well, she's not on any social media, so it's like, but she just
But
probably
she's already
most
looking
likely,
it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
no, this is probably through iTunes because she has an iPhone, so she probably looked it up. So they probably just punched in my name and what can come up.
We just need to tag him in all of our sites now.
Yeah.
So then it just
It just goes right into it. It's like, well, all right, so you get a
Always
whole nother
Jeff.
side of me.
Jeff is my entire feed. And
Now-
that's okay. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I'm
Like,
all right with it
frankly,
because the
I'm
episode she
okay with
picked
it.
was a very clean episode. So it's like I tried it with my friend Chris's podcast. I tried to refrain from using too much swearing. 'Cause
Yeah.
he has that control. So it's like, all right,
We take a lot of swearing out on this show too. But
No, we don't. Yes, we do.
yeah. We do all right
do.
for not swearing too much.
Yeah,
I think
we
most
don't-
swearing is me.
We're not swearing that
We
bad.
might leave a couple.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's authenticity to that. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, like, you know, you gotta leave the filler words in there because that's how you, like, you know, feel more authentic or whatever. But then, like, YouTube flags it and then it, like, bumps your algo down. So I don't know how much it's worth. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if we were
Understandable.
on Rumble, right? But
Yeah.
YouTube, you're a beep. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
YouTube is a beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, now that, like, Susan's not in charge anymore, I don't know. Like, I don't know how
We'll
this is
see what
all
happens.
gonna flow.
Maybe the
Man.
CIA will let more stuff flow.
Yeah, right. Let more information out. I don't know. Speaking of info, we didn't get the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Yeah, that was a massive joke. Like the release gave us 200. It's like, darling, there's like somebody that released the files like months ago. It was all heavily redacted. Like we're talking thousands of pages.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't like full release it.
The people
They
that
never
would be corrupted or people that are corrupt, they're still in power. So it's like they can't release that shit.
Yeah,
and I'm
but
sure Trump's on them too. So
yeah, I mean, it
it's
might
a
as well
very
just take
small
everybody down.
world.
Yeah,
When you make so much money, it's a very small niche when you get up to it. So you know.
yeah. I think it was like Patrick David was talking about it because Andrew on his show, and I don't remember his last name now. Cuomo.
Okay. Yeah.
Andrew Cuomo. I think he was like invited to those parties, and he said like he's like, yeah, it's a very different world, and like he never actually like fully participated in it, but he said like Diddy definitely had like an underground group that he would hang out with, like more close knit, you know, to him. I don't know how much of that is accurate. I don't know how much you can take at face value, but it is just something to kind of
When you start seeing all
Like
these
even in
younger...
higher end circles, there's higher end circles in those that are like, you know, more tight knit.
Oh,
Because
that's...
they all hang out with each other. Part of it's just to get dirt on everybody, right?
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The secret cabal. But yeah, something about it. It's just like, you know, how close is everybody even in those circles to the main thing, or how often do people go? That's like, you know, a thing.
Do they know
Yeah.
and just like turn their nose to it? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like that would happen more often than not, because you could win friends and win influence or whatever. So people are gonna be that, like, doing that.
It's like going to a Diddy party, but only staying in the pool and never leaving the pool.
Yeah,
I'm staying in the driveway. What do you mean?
live
Yeah.
streaming
Just standing
it.
in the driveway.
Yeah.
I ain't going in.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Well, because I remember like Aiden Ross, I think, was like live streaming one of those parties, and like they were all just hanging out by the pool in the back, right? And like they didn't even go into the house or whatever, but you know, it was like they were all wearing like white shirts, and it was like all this like weird kind of, you know, whatever. I don't know if they were all like lubed up by the,
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, it might have been, but you know, to like live stream all of that and then not to have anything like weird come out of that party, but then like there's other parties where a bunch of heinous stuff is happening. It's like, okay, well, maybe he picks and chooses. Maybe you have to like initiate into it. Maybe there's like a whole
maybe
thing.
maybe he caught them filming and was like, "Yo,
You can't do this right now. So,
Or
somebody else was filming.
Did
It
the
wasn't
party
just you
have
filming.
Leonardo
Yeah.
DiCaprio in it? If the party didn't have Leonardo DiCaprio, it was probably PG-13. DiCaprio there, it's like triple XXXX. You know, because
yeah,
he's
is
been
Depp here?"
yeah, because
know?
DiCaprio's been going to those parties for 20 years.
Yeah.
Same with Ashton Kutcher.
Never dating over a 25-year-old.
A lot of the crew that was on the that 70 show was there too as well. Even one of the Mr. Famous Danny Masterson was there as well. Mila Kunis was there. The only one that wasn't there was Topher Grace. But from when you listen to people like you listen to Kirkwood Smith, like Topher Grace didn't hang out with those guys because they were doing shit that he didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. But then again, you look at Topher Grace's career, it really kind of
Fell off.
fizzled. You know.
Yeah.
But then again,
why, right?
but,
I
yeah.
mean, like, why would you want to? Okay, there's like two sides of that.
Mm-hmm.
A, why would you want to hang out with that group? And if you know what they're doing behind the scenes, why would you even want to like get
Be
there?
associated with it.
Well,
Yeah, why would you want to like even get fame with them
I would
at all?
I would like to hang out with them just to like maybe like continue working with them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
like no, I don't just fall off, but like I don't have to like what each individual's doing to
Right.
work with you.
See,
Correct.
but that's the
that's-
hard thing though. If you know what's going on behind,
Doesn't mean I have to.
Work.
It doesn't. So say one night I don't want to drink and you guys are sitting here drinking. Doesn't mean you're gonna force me to drink. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
yeah, you haven't hung out with me enough, have you? No. Drink the. No,
if it goes that way, I'm gonna get you to smoke then.
Okay, yeah, that'd be fair. That'd be fair. Yeah, that'd be fair. I wouldn't look at you any different. I think like, you know, having your career fizzle out might not be an option for you, because like maybe they just stop inviting you over because you're not participating in whatever they're doing.
That's
Well,
that's
And
a
then
high
they
probability.
probably shun you a little bit. They're probably
Yeah.
like, oh, like she's not cool or he's not cool.
Which is, I mean, I think I'd be okay with that because then it's just like
Yeah.
it's a group telling me I can't do something.
Well,
you know
and
what I mean?
And it's a group that you know is not doing good things. Like
Yeah.
if they're sex trafficking minors, you probably don't want to.
If they're doing that, I'm gonna tell someone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
Kinda
then you're
like-
a switch.
like if you're just doing some like coke or heroin or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know?
No, yeah, that's
I've been
fine.
there.
You
I've
do
been
you,
there.
boo.
I've been
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
You're only
Dr-
hurting
drugs
yourself.
Are different,
I've
though,
been
but I
there,
mean,
yeah.
You know, it's like what's going on behind the drugs, right? It's like,
I've been there. Yeah.
but yeah, you know, it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to like. I guess I wouldn't. My career falling off would not
Like,
be a
maybe,
detriment
yeah,
to me,
like-
But he
just
also was
because-
in Venom 3, which was a shit
Like
show.
yeah, tampering with children or like beating your wife or something. Yeah, I'm gonna have some words like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
sexual assault, whatever.
You know, like what?
Yeah.
What is like that thing that, you know, separates like the art from their art, or like the artist from their art? And you know, it's like how far apart can you go? That's like always a good question, because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, up to what point are you gonna be like,
It all depends.
I don't listen to this artist anymore, or I don't watch their movies anymore because of what happened
Okay,
behind the scenes?
Yeah, I feel that.
We kind of talked about it with Brad when we were here last week,
Mhm.
but I was like, yeah,
That's
like I don't listen to Eminem anymore.
Kind of how I
right?
feel.
Yeah, I don't listen
Kind
to
of
him
how I feel
anymore
about
either.
Drake. I've always
Yeah.
felt that about Drake.
And he was texting minors. Like that's a
Yep.
pretty good reason to stop
Mhm.
listening to his music, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, who's
Even
Kiki?
if it doesn't
Yeah.
affect me.
How old is
personally.
Kiki? Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
She was 16, I think, when they started dating.
like, that's the reason I don't listen to
Or whatever.
Akon anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm. It's kind of like the reason why I stopped watching NCIS because they brought on Fez. And it's like that guy's like, you look at his pedigree, it's like he's been dealing with underage girls since he was on the 70s show. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like you brought him on knowing his pedigree.
that may
Yeah.
be because of
So-
Danny, though, too. Like, that connection there.
Yeah, Danny
like,
Masterson.
yeah.
I know because I know he did write a letter for his
Yep.
for while he's being incarcerated.
Mm. So yeah, that's always the thing. It's like how far, because Kanye West yelling like "Hail Hitler" might be different than Dr. Disrespect messaging minors with the
Yeah.
intent to have sex with them.
Yeah,
I'd prefer just the
You know what I mean?
random comment of Hail Hitler because it could be taken as a joke.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It can still be taken at like, and that's the thing.
Like,
is
you
people
messaging
are
a
making
minor
the joke
can't be
of
taken
is-
as a joke in
No.
any sense.
No,
of-
Exactly.
not at all. Not
Exactly.
It's always a preemptive grooming thing, and it's
Mhm.
like everybody understands that. So
Mhm.
it's like I don't know, like you can't keep relying on Kanye West wrote "Good Morning" or whatever, and it's like how far does that go?
Mhm.
Like he's still making good music, but it's like
I
like,
mean, so is
what
Akon,
is the
but
cutoff?
how much can I get back into Akon? Like,
what did Akon do?
he had sexual relations with a 14-year-old girl who got into a club saying that she was 21.
Ooh,
That's all tough.
Like, had a fake.
that
And
must
then-
be a damn good
14?
fake.
Yeah,
And
14.
then, yeah.
And
I
then
don't
also
believe it.
CeeLo, like
Yeah,
CeeLo
I wouldn't believe
Green, same with
Akon.
him.
You know,
I would not believe Akon on that one.
and that's why "Sorry, Blame It on Me" came out.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Like, he even wrote a song about it.
yeah.
He's taking at least he
Did he
took
do any,
ownership
like,
on
jail
it.
time or anything? Like
Yeah,
that?
I think-
Okay.
I think that's when, like, Locked Up and, like, Soul Survivor and Convict came out because he
Okay.
was a convict.
I didn't know that was
Mhm.
what it was for. I thought it was.
No,
for,
I think it was because
money
he got
laundering
no,
at
he got
Rico or something.
well, like the one
That might be current,
like the
but-
one song on the Convict was about pushing drugs, like
Mhm.
Locked
Yeah.
Up,
Yeah.
you know, instead of
what I thought it was for.
trying to re up, you know.
Yeah,
Feds caught me selling the last bag, you know.
yeah.
That's how it always goes. But yeah, like "Sorry, Blame It on Me" was about like he even has a whole breakdown before he even starts the song. Like, hey, yeah, there was a 14-year-old girl in this club. Like, broke it all down. Like, I'm sorry to the parents that I didn't know, you know, that
Mhm,
kind of thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
everyone in there should have been 21 or up, you know, like.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the recent island boy? One of the island boys.
Yeah, he got
arrested?
locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
I
like,
didn't hear that.
but when you look at it, though, it's like it's almost like he did it on purpose. He driving a vehicle that you know that you have expired tags on. If you're going to be doing
He's
anything
doing it for
illegal,
publicity.
yeah. On the top of that, street cred, but it's like also what is that's a cry for help? Because
It
now
could be.
he's got felony charges on top of everything with the gun charges, the drugs, and on with that too. So that could be his means to maybe trying to get out of that lifestyle to be kind of.
I doubt it with how big they blew
I
up
don't
and how
know.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like mismanaged fame.
I feel like it's a Beavis and Butthead thing. They're doing it for publicity. You
That's
know?
a- that's
Yeah,
fair
or
point,
it
too.
Could be that.
Yeah.
Could just be like a Justin Bieber situation.
Yeah, trying to be
Mhm.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like crash your Lambo into your
or
girlfriend's house.
Randy Moss kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, something
whatever.
like that.
Oh, that's 50 grand here.
Yeah.
Pocket change, like whatever. like,
Exactly.
sure.
You just have the money. You can blow it
Like,
quick. But
doing
But
110
the boys
on
are broke though.
990.
They owe money to everybody.
no, they probably. I mean, there's a big difference between owing money to certain people and owing money to like a bank, right? It's
Or the
like
government, yeah.
like they might owe you money, but it'll be like P Diddy is paying them or something. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
P Diddy's good for it.
Oh, maybe
Long
the
as you-
Epstein
as long as you
states
stay
will pay off
in
his
Maybe
debts.
not now.
Yeah. I
They might have that on lock now.
don't know. The
Right.
pallets are still flowing from what I heard. but,
Not in bulk. Gunshots.
yeah. Jesus. If we go out like
It's
that.
nice thing about like right now with the weather,
Drove up on just.
Drive by.
with the weather
Right
getting
in pod.
nicer out,
Yeah.
we're starting to see that it's going to be sort of turn into gray yoga pants season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be some scenery. There's going to be some nice scenery.
It's gonna be a.
Especially on the way here. There's quite a bit of nice scenery on the way here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with it being nice out. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah. Weather's very nice.
It was
today.
pretty nice out ice fishing.
It
too,
was like
not gonna
50
lie.
degrees.
I bet it
today.
was.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Because what time did you get off the ice today?
2:30.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Because I didn't get a message from you, so I was like, it makes
I
sense.
ran out of bait,
So it's a good problem.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I was mad. Fish were biting. I ran out of bait.
Oh, is that a motherfucker, man?
You'd buy
Been
extra
there.
on days that you don't have fish. So
I do, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you,
Like the
you
last 3
ran
days,
out.
I've had a dozen out there. Caught maybe 3 fish. Today, I caught 3 or 4 fish and ran out of bait. You know,
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, that's the joy
That's why
of
they
about
call
fishing.
it fishing,
Mm-hmm.
not catching.
Oh,
Yeah.
I call it catching. I'm catching these vibes all
I'm
the
catching.
time.
I'm catching something.
You're catching
Yeah,
these
right.
It's
hands,
a fish.
boy.
It's a fish or a buzz.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
But hey, did you hear about? Well, this is something we should probably could. Well, I have a friend of mine that lives up in Minneapolis. And he's packing all of his ice fishing gear.
Mhm.
So what he did, he's got a really nice, not an Eskimo, but it's one that can fit like 7 or 8 people. It's just absolutely massive.
Yeah,
but
like
he
the party one. Yeah.
yeah, big party one. So what he does is he's actually putting bounce dryer sheets in all those little pockets.
Mhm.
Never had a mouse eat up his.
Yeah, they don't
touch-
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I thought that was like that's actually really
That
good knowledge.
and pledge spray.
That's a new one. Pledge spray.
Mhm.
So that's a tip for those the outdoorsmen that are listening to this podcast. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hot box your egg glue.
I do.
Have you ever seen that video of Mike will do it, hot boxing the amp house?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. I want to get one of those inflatables that you just plug into your wall out here and sit in it and just do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Or we just need to get one of those like old school parachutes that we used to play with when we were kids.
Oh shit!
Everybody can get underneath it
And
just
give me an
smoke
old
it.
school leaf blower and a big old no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be fun.
It would be a lot of fun. Dude,
That'd be kind of expensive
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
on my end.
Some of the I'd pay for it, I guess. I
On
don't
my
know.
end.
You just
But like, it's still kind of expensive.
you just have to get a bunch of it and then put coals in the
'Cause,
middle
like-
and then just like put weed on top.
So like a
kind of
hookah.
like a sauna.
A
sauna.
hookah.
Yeah, like a hookah
Yeah.
sash. Yeah, but it would just be like a giant, like you just hotbox the entire house or entire place. You probably smoke the neighborhood out.
I've done it in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I've smoked out a hotel room, like where we had to like my wife doesn't smoke, so she went in the bathroom and was like trying to like breathe in the toilet for fresh air. Like we had the room like caked,
Yeah.
and like well there was like 8 to 10 blunts just
Oh, just
in
going?
circle,
Yeah,
just and we were all
Yeah.
just like chilling.
Reminds me of college.
And then
Yeah.
like we open up the door and the whole like hallway like fills with smoke, and we just
Fire
start
alarms
we just
going
start no,
off.
and that's the thing, like none of the fire alarms went off.
Mm.
Because like her
man.
parents had a room like 2 or 3 stories like above us.
Ah.
That but like every time you came off the elevator, they had like either a no smoking sign, like it's plastered everywhere. But on our floor, it's like it didn't say that.
Mm.
So I'm like,
They still have some rooms you can smoke in.
oh
so,
yeah, but like I didn't know, so it's just like it doesn't say it. So
Mhm.
if I get in trouble for it, that's gonna be my defense.
True,
Mhm.
true.
I never got in trouble for it. I even
feel
brought like an ashtray up from like the casino downstairs, and we had like 15 joints in it.
Vegas?
Yeah,
Really? I
Yeah.
thought there was like they put sensors in some of those rooms to detect that stuff because I know there's
they
Well,
do.
it can be fun.
And I'm sure in the
I was more
non-smoking
concerned
floors.
for you to be like, oh, like.
But then
you know,
like house
you're
service
smoking,
like,
but you're smoking weed, so they get mad at that.
but like house service like comes in and like my ashtray's like sitting like right in the middle of the table, and
Yeah.
like every day I'd walk in and nothing even be touched. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, they don't care.
Yeah.
Well,
They
they're
don't get paid to
the
care,
working
man.
class. They don't give 2 fucks.
Yeah, they don't
Well,
get paid
As
to
long as you
care.
tip them, they're usually pretty solid.
Oh, every day I left them a joint too, so it's like it's
And-
like
and-
I even wrote a note like this is for you with a tip. Like
Yeah, they took
Yeah.
it every morning.
yeah, every day.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's the type of people you need to be.
That's just I'm pretty sure like either if they had like bad feelings about like me smoking in the room, it's just like, oh, he left me a joint, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Like, you know, that's what I'd do. I'd be like, oh, at least he's like caring about me.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
leave
right?
like
I even
cash
like
tips
I
and
even
stuff,
like
too.
bagged all like my trash and like I already had it set out for them, so all they had to do is put a new like bag in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like I already did like half their work for them every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
feel
like,
like
oh, here's a tip. Like I appreciate you guys.
Mhm.
Like
At least you always, when I go on my
You're-
business trips, at least you always make sure it's like, do you tip them? Like, because you used to
Yeah.
work housekeeping too. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was some cash.
Yeah, there's something to that too, where I think
You
like
gotta tip hospitality.
Airbnbs are definitely fading back out. Like I think hotels are gonna come back in a pretty big
That's just
way.
because there's cameras hidden in all these Airbnbs.
The nanny
Yeah,
camps,
I
all
don't know
that. On
what's
top of
going
that, like
on there.
they're charging
They're
like
charging for like shampooing the carpets now, and like
Or shampoo in the shower. Like I've
Yeah.
heard of so
Mhm.
many people like
or they're
charging you
paying you to clean up
$40
their
because
Airbnb
you used
too.
to
Paying
pump
you,
out
like,
of their
clean.
shampoo in the
Yeah.
shower. You know, like
yeah.
When
that's
I was in
wild.
Wyoming, I didn't have we had a disagreement. It's like, why are you cleaning? It's like they already charged us for a cleaning fee
At the
even
end
though
of the trip, yeah.
and even though they told us like, hey, can you do this for us? Like,
Yes.
but you're charging us to clean. It's like I am not cleaning up for something I already paid my deposit for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like that's just dumb. But then again, it's like I think it's Hilton or what's the other major competitor brand?
Marriott.
Marriott. Yeah, Marriott
Or is
spending
Hil-
like something like a
Hilton and
couple hundred
Marriott
million.
the same?
Yeah, Marriott spent a lot of money in lobbying to try to crack down in areas to stop the Airbnbs.
I think the Airbnbs should just go out with how management's treating it. It's
think
like,
how-
hey, if you're
I
gonna
think
clean my
Airbnbs
entire
should go
house
back-
and I'm still gonna charge you, it's like, why would you want to stay at
Mhm,
an Airbnb?
I think the
And I've also
Airbnb.
had really good experiences too with Airbnbs too. Like one, my buddy Darren and Kellen came up when we went to Green Bay and stuff. Like our host was awesome. She treated us really, really well, and like she even gave us our money back too as well, which was kind of surprising because Darren is a very level-headed kind of guy, and he was just being like, hey, this is what we ran into and stuff like that, and such. And she was kind of like, we were like maybe 20% off. She refunded us the entire thing, which was crazy, especially during the Vikings Green Bay game weekend. I mean,
Right.
that's like the premiums we paid. We were very surprised.
Yeah, I went. I've only had one Airbnb, and like it was a great time. It was during the Packer Viking game. It was January. It was negative like 30 degrees. Horrible time. You know. Yeah. Packers whipped the shit out of the Vikings. Yeah, horrible time.
Was it in Minneapolis?
No,
Oh, you
it
went
was
up
in Lambeau.
Oh, okay.
It was great. Got really drunk.
It's all that matters. You won in the end.
Yeah.
Right? You
I was
won.
warm. We were good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
liquid coke on.
And then like
Negative 40
no,
out,
like
but who
the
cares?
Airbnb was super nice. Like there was like 5 rooms. There was like 8 of us. Like so like there was a couple guys sleeping on the couch. Like me and Dana shared a room, obviously. Like and like there was the downstairs was just like this whole gaming room, like dartboard, pool table, like
Oh, that's
food
dope.
table, like
Nice.
and we're just like pre-gamed it downstairs like half the night, like yeah, like cornhole, like whatever we were doing. Like we were sitting there drinking, then all of a sudden we're just like, oh, let's go stand in negative 30 degrees for
Are you ready?
4 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
You ready? We're having a
and
fun
the game
time.
was like
Let's go have more
40 to
fun.
7, and I was like, I'm gonna keep drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right.
feel like
I think I'm gonna try and drink as many times as the Packers score now,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the game.
Yeah.
I didn't make it.
yeah.
Right.
That got expensive.
Yeah, well, it's expensive to buy booze up there and stuff like that. That's why, like, when we had Cal in there, he brought in some California edibles. Oh man, we were comfy. I was comfy.
One of our
Yeah.
like companions, like we were walking like me to maybe the bathroom away from like security, and then all of a sudden one of my buddies goes, "What should I do with my grinder?" I go, "What the fuck? You didn't leave it in the car?" Like, no, it's in my pocket. I'm like, bro, just stash that shit somewhere, and hopefully we can find it on the way back. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he ended up like throwing it away. Like, but I was just like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
You already got through. Through security, so everything's
no,
down
no,
here.
no. Like we were on our way, like
Oh,
going in
I
through
thought you were like
security.
already in through the gate. That was
Oh,
like,
like
you're
if
probably
we went
fine.
through and he's like, "Oh, what should I do with my grinder?" But I'm like, put that shit
They don't
away.
even
like,
they don't even check that stuff though
they
anymore.
waved the wand,
Yeah.
I think you
looking
can,
for metal for firearms. That's all
I
it
think you
is.
could like
Yeah.
yeah. I think you could probably just put like joints in your pocket though. And
But he had a
walk
whole ass
in.
grinder, like metal grinder in
That's
his
true.
pocket.
That's
like,
true.
Boop, like yeah. What's
Before
that?
you
sir?
ask that, do you want water?
Yeah, please, thank
Oh
you.
yeah. And then I guess I'm probably gonna pour one more drink. Or do you want more beer?
I'll take a beer. Yeah.
Oh, the question is, what is something you love now that you never imagined liking in the past?
Beer.
Okay.
First time that I drank beer, I thought it was gross.
Fair.
And I realized that there are other types of beer. And I
Mhm.
tried a lot of different ones that I didn't like. And then there was like 3 that kind of just come to mind now that I'm like, yeah, Spotted Cow is pretty good.
Fair. Yeah. How about yourself, Phil?
Something I like now that I never thought I'd like.
Yeah,
in the
something you
past.
love now. That's
Something I love.
Yeah, beer, man.
that you never
Or
imagined
whiskey.
liking in the past.
I'm just gonna say drinking alcohol. Period.
Really?
Yeah, because I grew up. My dad had a huge like problem with alcohol, so
Mhm.
it's like
Mm-hmm.
I learned to like stay away from it just because like I saw what it did to him. So it's like maybe a weekend, like yeah, I'd go get messed up Friday, Saturday night, but like it's nothing to like. I'm gonna like, oh, I want it during school through Monday through Friday, like. But I try to stay away from it. But there are like times I was just like, yeah, I'll go.
You
to the-
should probably like push
I'll
some
go
of
to-
those over here.
I'll go to the party.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we're pulling them. You gotta stay
I love
away.
it. I love it. I love it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but I think I like found like respect for it, like
Mhm.
how like I treated that compared to like all my other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh, I found that, I like that, I want to keep doing that. But then it's just like, I found it's like same mindset, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that because my dad had a problem with this. Like, what's the difference between that and this? You know, like, really nothing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we had a problem with it. Like, so it's like I try to like take steps back every now and then from like drinking or even like smoking. Like, I'll take a tolerance break or.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like take 6 months, take a year.
So much like
Mhm.
moderation.
Yeah.
Kind of like the key to all of
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Because you can enjoy something, love it, and not overindulge.
Or like, yeah, like I'll have
Mhm.
a drink if I go out to eat or like I go on vacation. Like vacation, I'll drink every night of the week.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
But I'm
what
on
That's
vacation.
what vacation
Like,
is.
right.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's really only like one drink a day, but it's like
But you're finding you're looking for something good to drink. That's that's
like
what you're
I know my preferences
Mhm,
now, so it's
mhm.
like it's not anything I can get my hands on anymore. It's like, oh, I can pick and choose.
Yeah.
So it's like, where it's like one night if I want to go have 15 margaritas, I can go have 15 margaritas. Or I want to go slam a 30 pack, I could go slam a 30 pack. Like,
yeah. For me, I guess it would be cigars because like I grew up with like both parents smoking in the house, in the car,
Mhm.
everywhere. Then also I'm still young enough / old enough to experience smoking in bars and restaurants.
Yeah,
Now it's
I'm
like
even like at that like cutoff too.
it's like now it's like I don't like I'll smoke a cigarette if I'm really in the mood, but it's like it's very rare. But it's like I like going after
How drunk
cigars.
are you in that situation?
Pretty drunk. Usually pretty
Like,
drunk.
for
You
real,
know,
for real.
yeah. Yeah.
That's what I ask everybody. It's like, oh, I have a cigarette occasionally. I'm like,
Mhm.
how drunk are you in that situation?
But it's like I usually like, well, you guys
Or
like,
how many phone calls do you have to take that day? Because
How long are you in the car that
Yeah.
day?
uh,
cigarettes are great if you're going to be taking phone calls all day.
but usually like even now like when it
Yeah.
comes
Fuck
down
you,
to
buddy.
cigars, I don't even smoke. I don't smoke cigars unless I'm with friends. Like I usually like it's like the last time I smoked a cigar was New Year's Eve when you guys came over. We had a cigar.
We'll
You know?
do it on the pod or something for
Yeah.
stream with the
We
stream.
should do
Yeah.
it like on a B tier pod too.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking
You-
this
you're gonna-
place out might
I was
suck,
like, you're
though.
gonna fill up your house with cigar smoke?
Yep. I even
Yeah,
have a hookah
windows
too.
here.
Yeah, I have a hookah.
Oh yeah, hookah's not bad.
Yeah, I
Imagine,
really enjoy
like
smoking
everything
hookah.
cleared off the table and just a hookah here.
I'm just
Yeah.
blowing it all to camera.
yeah, honestly.
I'm game for that. It's a one hose. You just pass it back and forth. You
That's
know?
gonna be the one episode they can't see.
Yeah. Yeah. Not canceled, just full of smoke. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
just smoke.
Don't know
yeah.
where they are. Like I can listen on audio, but
The mystery episode.
yeah,
Yeah, mystery episode.
the mystery machine.
What are they wearing?
But I was
Oh,
new
God.
merch you can't see until the following
New
week.
merch, gray hat, just a gray hat.
Oh, you don't have any, I was like, I don't
They're
see
B
any.
tier official. Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
see any B tier.
we're selling these for $20.
They're gonna be on the inside.
Yeah, they're gonna be
So you're
QR
not gonna
codes.
be able to
They're gonna be
see.
QR codes on the flip up here. Like you have to
Yeah.
flip it down to see it.
Yeah, can't be any different than our baklava's, you know, with the B tier gold B tier, you know.
Oh man.
Oh, that was
It's like those like ninja like T-shirts that's like, you want to see my ninja face? It's like, yeah, and then like I'm like,
Oh,
they flip it up and like the ninja face is like right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we need. It's, like I said, you flip it down and then you like have the
Made you
the
look.
logo.
We-
Made you look hot.
That's perfect. That's
That
perfect.
is actually amazing.
But before we flash the camera, so we have to make sure like the eye holes are perfect. So we rip it up. It's like, look, made you look.
Yeah.
That's a clip of a moment right there.
We gotta combine the ski mask merch.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, easily done. Easily done.
Easily done.
Yeah. Got the gold
I just
up
need more
here.
ski
and
masks.
just, you know.
Yeah.
Those are hard to find, by the way.
Yeah, I bet. Nobody wants to sell them anymore because people just use them to rob stuff.
Right. When they're originally used for skiing.
That's besides
Yeah.
the point. I need them.
Yeah. You have to get one of those like face lookalikes where it's like, I don't know, the Kanye West overhang. And it's like
okay.
a nylon, but it's like, you know, you just
The
slip it
gaiters?
on. Yeah, yeah. Like the full face gators.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Remember when during
be able
during the
to get-
pandemic they had those ones where they
Yeah,
basically
like
looked
the
their
mission
face?
ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
might be able to get them in
Just-
like business and be like, hey,
Make like lookalikes for us. So it's very uncanny. Our
It's
mouths
like,
aren't
you're the one
moving,
that
but
goes
we're
clean
talking.
shaven. I've
I'm just-
never shaved my beard.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
guess I
like
could. I
print
could go
off
clean
like
shave.
300 of them and hand them out at like Oktoberfest and just be like,
Just random celebrities.
yes, no, just
Yeah.
random people. It's just be like, how many crimes are we gonna get away with because
All
it's
of
not
us.
it's not just us wearing the B tier merch.
Yeah. We have like 50 people involved now.
Yeah, right.
Guilty by association. They can bring everybody in.
Good luck.
Yeah, no shit.
That would be the way
They have to
do
watch
it.
every episode now.
Yeah, yeah. That's how they know it would be us. And this episode won't even air until after our crimes are committed. So
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
supposedly, that's the trick. Did you ever think? Okay, so like your parents smoked a lot, but they were probably smoking cigarettes. Did you know the difference between like cigar smoke and cigarette smoke at some point?
I did.
Where
Well,
you're like, okay, this
my
is different.
uncle, he liked when we go golfing, he liked to smoke a cigar.
Okay.
So, yeah, and that's what made it kind of like the difference of it because he's made money. Yeah, like he's got a beautiful portfolio, and he's always would get good cigars.
Yeah, that might be the difference,
Mhm.
right?
Well, yeah, knowing the difference between a good and bad cigar is like totally two different things.
Mhm,
Like I could go to any smoke shop and be like, oh, point at a
Sweets,
random,
man.
yeah,
Mm.
no,
Yeah.
point at a random shelf and be like, I want that one, but do I know if it's good? Like I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like personally, I don't know.
It's like shopping for a whiskey. Like you have like
Yeah.
your top shelf, and then you have like your.
I'm pretty
your-
lucky.
But, like,
I have several friends that like
I need-
cigar
I need,
smoking,
like-
so it's like
I need a
always get-
chart. You know, it's like, yo, where
Yeah.
like flavor profiles, you know,
You
like,
almost want to know where it's from.
yeah.
That's
like
why
how
going
many
like
Colombian children worked on this. You know?
But for yourself, like the best place for you to go to actually get a good experience is going to Briar Patch because then you can go to them. Because
They do a lot of like
they do.
testing samples and all that too.
Oh yeah, and it's like those
Briar
guys. There's a
Patch
bunch
Guy
of
is
gun nuts in there
hilarious.
too, and it's also a club, so you can actually go into their club and smoke your cigar and have a nice beverage.
Can I partner with them in Minnesota and call it the Higher Patch?
I mean,
You
that'd
know,
be cool.
that is not a bad idea.
That'd be
That is
cool.
not a bad idea.
That would be
You know,
cool.
because then if you're able to work with their connections to be able to supply your establishment with the good cigars, yeah, you'd be
I'll
able to.
make Cubans.
Yeah,
That has weed in the cigars.
right.
One of my buddies
But
went
we'll call
to
them Americans.
One of my buddies went to a restaurant called the Green Table today.
Where at?
Last night.
Where's this
I think it's Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know now that you
Somewhere
mentioned it. Yeah, it's
in that
somewhere
area.
north. But he, yeah, I don't know. He showed like the menu on his Snap story and stuff, and it was like, you know, it has like all the listing prices of how much milligrams are in everything or whatever.
But like, I feel like
Looks
they
pretty
can only
cool.
give like 5 milligrams per serving though.
So
Mm-hmm.
they had it in their ketchup. So there was like a.
But like,
He showed a video of it, but
I
some of
wouldn't-
these like, I mean, so they had like one of those cake batter like squirters.
yeah.
And it was like very, very meticulous with how much ketchup they could add to each fry because like you don't want to blast somebody out. You know what I mean?
Yes, you
Like,
do. I will ask for it.
Yeah,
green
Be
but
it
like,
out.
make me don't remember.
I think
you
it's,
know,
I
like,
think it's very like I would say it's
I'm not
probably
driving.
super
We're good.
regulated. Like they probably have to be so on top of it because if somebody gets like overdosed and then
You
or like
can't.
Greened out, yeah.
greened out,
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't.
then they come back
You
and
just-
sue you. They probably
for
sue you
falling
for how
asleep?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I mean, I guess you probably sign a waiver and stuff. I don't know.
I'll
But,
sign the waiver.
like,
It's always funny when somebody
it
tries
was
to puke it
very-
out, but it's like, that doesn't work.
it was very,
No,
very
never.
Yeah.
meticulous. Okay,
That makes
they were
it
like
worse.
very
Mm.
measured by the book, like making sure there wasn't enough on there. Or whatever.
Understandable, because you're playing with fire.
are
And
playing
then
with
I'm gonna
fire,
go look
yeah.
at it and be like, it's not enough.
Well, there was a
Sir,
lady
your eyes
who-
are beat red. They're blood red, sir.
This
There-
is usual.
There
Yeah.
was a lady.
Check my driver's license.
Yeah, it's the same picture.
This is normal.
Yeah. Corporate wants you to know the difference between these two pictures.
Yeah.
They're the same picture.
Yeah, five differences between these two pictures.
Yeah. But yeah, so he said he had like good dinner there, I guess. I don't know. It was like actually the dude that we met at Theo before we went in.
Oh,
Mikhail.
Mikhail, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how long we talked.
Like
but
the waterfront or somewhere here in town's doing a THC menu too.
nice.
Really?
I don't know how they're getting away with it, but yeah.
PhDA.
Yeah.
Got that little variant in there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, but
Plus, if
No,
it's
it's all the
waterfront,
same.
that's owned by Don Weber. So like,
yeah, they got
there's
money.
there's
They
fuck
got,
you
they
money
got,
there.
They got the Weber Group, yeah.
Yeah, they got that fu money.
I had a opportunity to go work for them. I turned them down.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you used to work for the guy.
Yeah, he's actually a really nice guy. Him and
No,
I've
yeah,
had some
they're
nice
super
conversations.
chill, but like I don't like you don't make me work for a night to apply for a job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How do you feel about that, Jeff?
There's
I might disagree with you on this.
I can respect that. I can because like for programming or sales stuff like that. It's
So
always
bring me in for like mentorship or training,
Mhm.
and if I don't fit the qualities there, then can me. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? Like
you
But
don't-
think about how many people at our job get through like training.
zero, like almost zero nowadays.
Well, because they get thrown in right away.
Yeah.
Like you have to know. You have to know like, and I don't even think like most
In my
of-
class, 100%.
yeah.
Like we all got through.
now if you
But
if
then
you,
again, it was only two of us.
my thoughts
Oh,
are
yeah.
is like within the restaurant field, if you already have an established reputation in the area,
How many-
I don't think it is necessary. But if it's like me joining that group, that makes sense because I don't have a resume of working in kitchens.
I don't have that,
Yeah.
like high experience or like high fine dining experience. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna need some like training along the way.
Mhm.
Like I know all these terms that you're telling me to do.
Mhm.
Do I know how to do them? No.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like they throw you into the wolves to just see if you can.
They just
Find
want to
a
see
way
what you
out.
can do, and I understand that. But like, give me a week.
Yeah.
You know, like hire me, give me that week, test me out, see where I'm at,
Yeah, like
and then
do
go
lunches.
From there.
Like do lunches this way. It's like it's a,
Yeah.
a lower
What-
threshold.
whatever.
I
Like-
think about it like this though, like if you and I'm not saying you're not a skilled chef because you are.
No, yeah. And like
Um,
he said, I did get the job, so like I could have went and worked for
Oh,
them.
dude, then yeah, you passed their eval.
Yeah.
You passed
Yeah,
at
like-
least enough to a degree. Like they probably just need to make sure that you're like
I know what the fuck I'm
competent
doing.
in a
Yeah,
situation
yeah.
that you don't
I'm not
know.
gonna like throw
Right?
a pan across the kitchen. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And that's half the battle. I mean, honestly,
oh yeah,
like when
this shit sucks.
when
That
people-
shit actually sucks. Like,
yeah,
would not recommend.
yeah, don't throw pans across the
No,
kitchen.
just
Yeah.
cooking in general for a profession.
Oh yeah,
would
yeah.
not
it's
recommend.
like fast paced.
It just ruins it for like your whole experience.
Yeah,
Yeah. I can respect that. Yeah.
and I guess like they were probably
Like if you like to do it, maybe, but like you have to like love to do it to
Mhm.
be like, I want to keep going doing this every day.
That's a perfectionist craft.
And
I've
you
learned.
have to like know who you're working with, like have a great partner, have a
Mhm,
great
mhm,
management,
mhm.
you know, like. And I just feel like I never had that. I had that like in one place, but then like they tried to go one way, and where I wanted to go, like make it a little bit more a nicer establishment instead of like bar and grill.
Mhm, mhm.
But they wanted to go bar and grill, make it easier for normal people, you know.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I understood, but it's like, okay, if we go that way, can I at least elevate the food?
Mm-hmm.
But they just wanted to like run the average old food. I'm just like, I'm done doing this. Like,
Yeah, I can respect that too, because it's like you want to set yourself
like
a difference.
It's kind of like a boring.
it's like, you know, let me have a
task.
special every night at least.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
Yeah.
let's see if it works.
Like Whiskey River, you go in there, they have a secret menu, and then what the guy does is just goes through whatever's left over, and it's
Yeah,
like
and
he
I
just
make whatever,
builds off of
yeah.
that, you know,
Mhm.
to help push the product that doesn't expire and be able to have something unique
Yeah,
to
and
that
then-
restaurant.
very good
oh,
creative
this didn't work.
outlet.
I'm bringing something else in this week. You know,
Yeah.
like,
It's a creative outlet for a chef.
but like,
and a chef is
there
an
were
artist.
there were
Like,
some things like
Don't
we
ever
had a
make that
burger of the month
mistake.
every month that like we all like competed in every month to just try and get it on the menu. You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I had like 4 or 5 of them. Like, but like that's just because like I know like flavor profiles that are gonna work in the Midwest. You know what
Mhm,
I mean?
mhm.
Like, because a lot of them are doing like down south, like cooking, and I'm like, that's not gonna work up here. They're not
Yeah.
looking for that up here.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
That's why like Nashville hot is like so known everywhere up here, but it never works.
Oh yeah,
Never.
no one makes it good here.
It's
it's the same thing
horrible.
with barbecue. Barbecue in most places up here is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hate to be like that person, but it's just
Unless
The only one really
there's
kind of
a-
stands
there's
in
a
this
couple.
area is John Hardy's barbecue, and I think that's mid as for it's
like I mean, you go to
it's
like
a B tier here, but it's like a C
Yeah.
tier anywhere else.
Yeah.
There's a couple around that make their own like barbecue sauces that I'm a fan of. But
oh barbecue sauces, sure, yeah, but
well,
like
I mean like local
the
like
style that you're gonna get down south is gonna be
it's gonna be 100% better. Yeah.
way better.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm not
But like
I'm
you
not
said-
arguing the fact.
Like you said though, people aren't really looking for that up here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
people have such-
I am, but
Yeah,
that's just because I'm a foodie.
but
Mhm.
people
Yeah.
have
And
like
likewise. They're kind of
And
like
it's just
domestic
like
restaurants up here
working in a
trash.
kitchen. Like
this is
you,
a perfect example of
you
it.
know what you're
You
looking
have-
for.
Yeah, you
Yes.
have to like find a flavor profile that works around this beer. This beer in particular.
I'm serving duck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
I'm
like
serving duck. If we're
for
having this,
people who are like lower, like people who
serving-
don't have the money to buy duck, like you just want them to have a burger and fries. Like that's
Mhm.
essentially what you're looking for, and you're
Mhm.
looking for the best burger and the best fries.
or beer cheese soup in a sandwich, or
Beer, cheese, and
Mhm,
pretzels.
mhm.
Or
Yeah.
good, but the
We have
biggest thing is like
such-
finding a good cheese curd.
wraps, or
Yeah.
we have the beneficiary of having cheese curds. We're down south. They don't
They
know
don't
what
have
the
it,
fucking
but they
cheese
don't even
curd
know what it
is.
is. It's
Yeah.
not squeaky down
No.
there.
They don't have them down there. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's
and
go to Culver's. That's about it, and that's just
And that's
Yeah,
only
but that's-
random locations in the
Mhm.
south.
Yeah. So, people have like this profile that they're looking for all the time. And I've definitely heard people who like move from south up to here or like move from west out to here where they're like, why does every menu just look exactly the same?
Because we have
And it's
one.
because we're all drunk all year and the only thing that we want is bar food. Okay.
Yeah,
But we want good bar food.
Mhm.
Granted. And then like people get mad because they're like, oh, it's just the same burger everywhere. It's the same.
That's
It's
not true.
not.
That's
though.
not true.
It's not true.
Mm,
that's
and
not
if
true.
you know anything about your own taste buds, it's not true. So like
Yeah.
I don't know if people down south just have this
Well, they have
specific
like.
flavor
well,
profile
they-
they've been living on
But
their
like
whole
they
life,
also
so they
only
don't
have
know
like
what it is up here.
they have
and-
like different like restaurants that we don't have, like a Sonic or like In and Out,
yeah.
like
What?
But, you
what's
know,
it
like,
called? Or
even-
Whataburger.
Whataburger.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The
like
chains aren't really what people are talking about though.
No,
like
but,
when they
like,
go somewhere else.
each like zone in the like U.S. is gonna have a different flavor profile.
yeah.
Mhm.
And there's-
Where like
there's
Midwest, you're gonna
probably-
get mostly grass-fed beef because
Mhm.
that's what we're getting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're all like Norwegian or German.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
it's like always like the same kind of
Which is why
things.
there's always like
Yeah.
a Reuben or a Rachel on the menu.
Yep,
True, and always a good
exactly.
fish fry right now, especially right
Oh,
now
yeah.
this time of year.
Oh, fish
Oh,
fry for sure.
They're every Friday, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's
Yep.
not something that they have down
No,
south. They might
no.
have their barbarbecues on
They-
like
they got-
Depends on where they're
Saturdays
at.
and
If,
They
stuff.
if you're
also-
closer to
yeah.
the coast, you're gonna have a lot more
Or like
fish,
Florida,
but it'd be
yeah, they're
fresher.
gonna have a lot
Yeah.
of fish, like
Mhm.
or
And it-
even
but-
gator
Yeah.
or
the taste profile of the fish down south
It's
are
gonna
gonna
be,
be
yeah,
way different
way
than the
different.
ones
Yeah.
we get here.
It's gonna
So,
be
like,
clean
it's-
because it's caught from the ocean, or
it's
it's
so
gonna be
crazy.
filtered
And
water.
it's gonna be more of a spice than we get up here.
Mhm.
yeah,
that's
they do- they do more
They use a lot of
Cajun.
Cajun stuff, and
like
the
but
Cuban influence is very.
we got Buzzer
I'm
Billy.
down
I'm
south.
okay with that.
Yeah, and we have Buzzer
It's
Billy's.
great.
Like the only thing that really kind of separates everything around here is Buzzer Billy's, and like there's only like a
That's
handful
because
of
they
restaurants in the
are
area.
a southern-based restaurant, corporation.
Yeah.
But they do
They're
they
like
do it
from the
really
South.
really
They
well.
that,
they
but-
like promote that like
Yeah.
they are the Cajun.
They
like-
are the only
But it's-
Cajun spot here.
the upside is
Yeah.
it's not saturated, so it allows it to stand out.
Yeah.
Because there's very few places where you
true.
can go to get Cajun around the Midwest.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like another true
Unless
thing.
like
It's like if you
someone
have a
like me
standout.
just does it on a weekend and we just go, oh, we're having a Cajun weekend or something like.
Yeah, and that'll
I'd like to see what
happen.
you do with the blackened catfish.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's
Yeah.
go catch a big one this summer. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got a buddy of mine that he wants to be on our podcast, and he's opening up his business this year called Combat Catfishing Company, CCO.
What's he doing?
Just going after
Rods?
catfish.
Just
yeah.
going after cats.
Yeah, that's his main focus. I mean,
What's his
it's
bait of choice?
usually always live bait.
Where is he getting the money? Like, okay, no. You misheard me here.
No, but it's like
Well, how is he
I
going to
also
profit off of this?
Well,
you
he's
just-
already got
you
the
just-
boat, so it's like he only charges $100 a head for 4 hours, and then you have to minimum.
Oh, he's
50%.
already a guide.
He's doing
Yeah,
a charter.
He's doing a
Okay.
guide. Yeah.
All right, that makes a lot more
I
sense.
want to do that ice fishing because I've had so many people this year that's just like, oh, I've never gone. Will you take me? Yeah. I could have made so much money.
You could have made $100 a head.
I could have made more than that.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is like people.
For my expertise out there,
Yeah.
I could charge more than that.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
oh, is the ice safe? Yes.
So like,
Like-
hey, this is the question though. Like if I were like, hey Phil,
Mhm.
I've never gone ice fishing before. I know you guys are pretty close and you guys go all the time.
Yeah.
You're
Let's
gonna
go.
charge every friend that you know outside of your friend group. Or
I wouldn't
outside
say it
of your
was a
friend
lot,
circle?
maybe $10, you know? At least help me cover bait,
Sure. That's like reasonable.
you know? Like,
But, you know,
it's
if
not
you-
a lot, or like,
You couldn't. have
hey,
made
you
that
give me a
much,
ride down there,
'cause-
I'll cover bait.
Or what would happen is
Like-
it'd be like, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
charge
it's
you
a fair-
300.
you know, like-
I'll charge you 200 for my expertise, and people would be like, oh, I'm good.
No, yeah, it's nothing like that. But like, if you're serious about it and like
Yeah.
actually want to go catch fish all day, yeah, I'll charge you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to come out with me for a day and just like sit there and like it is what it is, kind of a day. Like what I like to do, like I'll charge you $10. Just help me cover bait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's just something that I think you could deter people with. If you're like, I'm gonna charge you to do it. You know.
But like,
people
some-
that,
or like,
there's guides like
or
Captain
yeah.
Luke's. He
or
charges.
even, or
Yeah,
like, if I'm gonna
that's
do
true.
that, it's gonna be like during the summertime where it's like we're fishing sun up till past sundown. Like
Mhm,
we're fishing all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll charge you $200 a day. At that time, you're taking my expertise for literally like 12 hours of my time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna charge you a pretty penny.
And if you know the, and then that's when
And
you're,
it
you're
depends,
paying
like,
for that skill
During the
set.
day, I can go panfish. During the
Mhm.
day, catch
Mhm.
bait. We can go after whatever, like throughout the
Mhm.
day, and then night we can turn right into cats.
Yep.
Like we can
You
go
just gotta
after.
bring boat.
We
you
can go
bring booze.
after how many different species during the day.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it a fun trip throughout the day
Oh,
for $200.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next part would be just advertising that. Like
It'd be the licensing for everything. That would be
That
where it
would
got
be a lot.
expensive.
that'd be a lot.
And the insurance.
Yeah.
The insurance.
Yeah, because what is your combat catfish, dude? Like you
He
know?
says it's for his insurance for his boat. It's $300 for the year. That's $1 million policy.
Yeah.
So it's $300 for
Not
the
bad.
year, not
That's
a month.
not
So
horrible.
Not
Then,
bad.
but
I'd
it's
do
like,
that.
but in Iowa, he doesn't think he get a captain's license here.
See, I
depending
want to
on
know if I can do it, but like I don't need the boat. Like I'll
Yeah.
take you off land and catch all these fish.
Then the only downside is like now these spots are they can just like, oh, I can just pin this.
After you learn it from me,
Yeah.
you're not gonna know it
Mhm.
after until you come out with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff's like it's kind of got that like
The
feel to
expertise
it.
part of it, you
Yeah,
know,
it's got that
like you
feel
got to
to
know
it where it's
where
like-
and when to go.
But-
You know what I mean?
The
Like
water
Jeff's
temperature, the water
kinda-
depth, the time of the year. That's
Time
a big
of
key.
year.
But Jeff's
Like-
kind of right though. Is like if you can just pin it from land, then okay, yeah, so it's gonna be like the
yeah,
you
you have
teach
to.
a man to fish for
You come at-
one
you-
day, you teach him for a lifetime or
You
whatever.
come with me one day
But-
and we catch a bunch of fish. You come back the next day, you're not going to catch anything. It all depends on time of day,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
but
time
kind of
of
like
year,
what you
like
pay
Bait,
for.
water temperature.
like yeah, you're paying for that
Bloom.
expertise. Like
Well, kind of like what
Yeah.
you're paying for on like a charter, like a boat.
Yeah,
you're
they
kinda
know-
paying for the access to fishing spots that you wouldn't normally be able to have
Mhm. Yeah,
that
when
you
we-
wouldn't think about. Yes.
Yeah, because we
or
were
have
when we were
because
on
you
the,
might not have a boat.
Or like
So it's like if
anybody
you're
talking to
using
me
somebody
ice
else's
fishing, they'd be
boat.
like, I don't know where to go. I'd be like, I could just be like, yeah, go hit the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
exactly.
you ever like hit the same exact spot in a boat as you have
Yeah.
on the ice?
All the
and
time.
It hits all the time.
Yeah.
It hits like every year, every part of the year.
Not like
not consistently.
Not
Like
every
when we
time
go
I
to Okoboji,
go.
there's places that we could hit where we hit in the fall. We don't hit in the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, like not
Yeah.
every time I
Yeah.
go. Like winter and spring. Like I
The
hit
same
every
spot.
time. Like no,
Yeah.
like
The upside with being a
But
boat,
take like
you're
a
able to get
trolling
you're able
motor
to-
out there, and then just like
cruise
like,
around the same like
The same,
300
like,
yards.
200
Yeah,
feet.
I'm catching fish.
Yeah, 300 feet. that you,
I'm
like-
catching fish.
Yeah.
And I know
So I do
multiple, and it all depends on this time of year. Cause like
Mhm.
during the spring, I'll go after trout.
Yeah.
So I'm even leaving like all the river fish alone. Like
and if you're fishing in a big enough body of water, the fish will move. Stuff like
they're
that.
always
yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's like,
I don't believe
if-
it.
They're always moving.
They froze in the
there are
ice,
some
you know,
areas
and
where if they have the
always know.
structure, they won't leave. They'll
Well,
just chill out.
Or
in there.
like dams, they're not going to leave. But
yeah, it all depends on the structure that you're fishing. Because like I've been fishing, like there's a group of
It
us that go to
also-
Okoboji that fish the same several docks, and then they just bounce from dock to dock.
it also depends on the fish species you're going after.
yeah. And the folk, yeah, that's the biggest thing too. So that's if you're going after perch, crappies, bluegill, they're all gonna be
school
different.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're looking for that structure.
See, I look for the ones that chase those away.
Yeah. And that's where they get the real excitement from. And then bass fishing, everybody can catch a bass.
Yeah, that's God's fish. That's like, everybody can catch a fish.
Yes. Yeah.
They're hard to catch sometimes. Okay?
No, they are not.
Sometimes they snag on a log. You lead your pole. When I was younger, I had a bass out on the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing like swam underneath a rock,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on one side of this like little water port, right? There was probably like 2 fish in this entire little pond. So I
got a monster.
yeah, it was a hoss, dude.
Oh,
It was
I bet you
it was
it
a big
was.
fish.
All
but,
these pond ones are.
but I like, I was like, oh man, like fish on, or whatever. And then like whoever was with me, I think it was my aunt or uncle, and they were like, I'm gonna run to the house quick and see like who's out there or whatever. And I like this thing gets caught underneath a rock, and I had to run all the way over to the sandbar of this little like pond area, whip it out, and then I almost broke the pole, but it ended up like coming out. And this thing was like half the size of my body at the time, and
Yeah.
I was like 8 or 9 or whatever. So this thing was
This is a
massive.
big one, yeah.
Yeah.
But we it was a pretty nice fish. That was probably like one of my best bass fish. It ended up being like 24 inches or something like
It's a
that.
good size.
We're talking
That's
big fish. I had one this last week that I didn't get a land, but I saw it underneath the hole.
Yeah.
It was big.
Yeah. When you see
Yeah.
that bill come through that water, it's like, oh, that's a
Yeah,
big
you like
fucker.
almost caught a shark this week.
Well, this weekend, let me explain it for Cam now. I was out ice fishing. I had two flags out, All of a sudden, I went out to check bait and clean holes because it was kind of chilly. So, like, every so often, the hole will freeze over up top, So, I'll go out and, like, scoop the hole and check, see if my bait's still swimming, If it's not swimming, I'll put a new one on. But, like, I set one, and I turn back, and all of a sudden, my other one's up and, like, spinning. And, like, when it's spinning, the fish has it in their mouth and, like, taking off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So like I run over there and it just keeps spinning. So I'm just like, fuck. Like it's either a little one or it's a big one. Cause like either little ones just take you for a mile and just cause they're little and just cause they're little assholes. Or like the big ones or like the medium ones are just gonna like hit it, take it like 30 yards, 40 yards and just sit there with it. And like adjust it in their mouth. And then like take it another like 5-10 yards, and then like that's all they're gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
But a big one's just gonna hit it and just keep swimming. Like no care in the world. Like buffet. Like it's just sitting here. I'm gonna eat and go.
Mm-hmm.
So like I get down there, I set the hook. It sets my hand back into the water. So I'm like, oh, this is big. And then all of a sudden, like everyone's like, there was like 9 other people out there, and there was a minefield of tip-ups out there. And everyone's just like, hey, your other flag's up. So I turn around and my other flag is up. And I'm like, I'm kind of busy. Like, I'm going to take precedent over this fish that just pulled my hand into the water
Mm-hmm.
over something I don't even know if there's anything there.
Mm-hmm.
No, just, So there was a bunch of kids out there, and I was like, "Hey kids, you want to go check my other flag for me? Because I know I have something on here that is big." Like, and these kids were keeping maybe 20, 30-inch fish like all day, where I'm going, tossing them back. This one was big. So I have it coming up underneath the hole, swimming through. And like from snout to tail, I counted, and it took 11 seconds from snout to tail to swim through the hole. It was big. Like if my guess was like 45 plus inches, maybe 30 pounds. And I had her like right underneath the hole, and like had her coming up, and she started gator rolling in the hole. And then all of a sudden, like my hand, or like the line snapped, and my hand went up, and I looked down. She was gone. Like,
man, that'd been awesome to have that on cam. Like, hey, if especially I had my GoPro just like sitting right there.
Yeah, like had proof of everything. Like she was big, and I swear her head was like that big. Like she was big.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Snap 45-pound test, just nothing.
Yeah, that's no joke.
That's nice.
I run 30-pound tests. So it's like
I'm running 45.
Yeah,
I'm about to switch it up to 60.
That could have been. That could have been your trophy for the year.
That would have been fish of the year.
Yeah.
Like I've caught a couple over 40. Like, 40.
Dude, anything
like,
over 30 is crazy.
See, like,
so,
40 isn't even that
nuts.
big to me because
you've already had that experience.
I have 3 pushing 50, so it's like
you sound like somebody who's like, oh yeah, I've jumped off of a height higher than that before.
I mean, I have.
It's true.
I have jumped out of airplanes and helicopters.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, you know, it is what it is. You're like, oh yeah, 40 inches, no big deal.
well, like I saw a lady yesterday pull up a 35-incher that's 13 pounds, and I go, oh, nothing compared to the one I had yesterday.
That was like her fish of the year. You know what I mean?
She was like, oh, this is my personal best, and I just started laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, mine was 20 more pounds, another 10 to 15 inches.
Yeah. I think my biggest pike is like 15 or something like that. I like catching 12 pounds is fun.
15
fun.
pounds, yeah.
My biggest pike is 48.5 inches at 28 pounds.
Ooh,
A monster.
that is a stud right there. That is a stud.
Yeah. And the worst part is I caught a 23 pounder at 48 inches that spring. So I had the 48 incher mounted. So I was like, fuck, I caught a bigger one. So I have both of them mounted now. I was like, 50 is my limit now. Like anything past this, I'm like, it has to be 50.
Yeah, that's like for me, like when I caught my personal best at 37 inches, like this is not big enough yet. It's like, I am not going to mount this bad boy.
No, but like 47 and or like 48, I'm sitting there like, okay, this is fish of a lifetime.
Yeah.
That
There's
winter,
kids that tall.
That winter, I was fishing Lake on Alaska tournament. I didn't even place. 48.5 inches at 28 pounds. I didn't even place. I placed 5th.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go fish. Would be Lake Minnetonka because the DNR said there's some musk. Oh, there's some trophy sized muskies up there. There's some 50 plus monsters up there.
I want to go boundary water fishing.
Ooh, that'd be a fun trip.
That'd be
a fun week. That'd have to be a week trip for me.
That'd be a really
because we get the 70 inches from Canada come rolling through.
Yeah, that'd be nice to come up one of those.
Dude, porting
land
and
120 inches of fish.
Porting and like going through and camping spots out. That might be a lot of fun too. Honestly, I don't know. I would probably be for a boundary.
And I wouldn't have to canoe because I could just walk across the water. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah. Yeah, go up there for ice fishing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. For ice fishing, I'm thinking like fall trip.
I mean, we could do that too.
We
We could do that too.
October's a good.
We gotta go mark. We gotta go mark where the fish are.
Yeah.
Can't go up there blind during ice fishing. That's a long way to ice fish.
Yeah.
Would you do the whole 9 and get like a guide if you go up there? I feel like you have to.
No.
Really?
I'm going blind.
Yeah.
I do better
if
on
it's
my
open.
own.
If it's open water, you might as well just go. That's
open water.
fun.
I'm gonna go at least find and like I have a like Vexlar where I could like
Okay.
or like I could save spots on my phone.
Or I could just sit there and just cast
Only
a
thing is,
GoPro.
there's probably like no service up there, right? Like, there's probably nothing.
Well, I could
That's
still
possible.
I could still
That's
probably
probably
get like
possible.
Google Maps up there and be like, oh,
Download it
place
before
like
you go and all that. Yeah.
Yep. I have Onyx, so I use that myself.
yeah, place pinpoints or
Yeah.
bring our buddy Dylan with us and have the hummingbird up there and
Yeah.
just pinpoint our location like literally.
Yeah. All right.
Because that boundary water, you can't bring out anything that is motorized. So it's like you can use electronic and you can use
I can
kayaks.
bring out trolling
canoes.
motor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
canoes,
Yeah.
kayaks.
Yep.
I'm putting a trolling motor on our canoes. Like, fuck it. It's battery operated.
Yeah.
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 They want to keep it as clean as possible.
As long as it's electric and not gas.
Sweet,
They
man.
get that mad about that.
They get
They-
real mad
yeah.
about that.
The only worst part is like they're talking
And
about
crossing the line, you got to know where that line is too. You can cast
Oh,
across.
I am the line.
Oh, we've anchored on the line, and they told us to like back up like 10 feet, and we're just like, we're on the line, we're good.
10 feet.
Well, just like
Yeah.
between line and like us sitting there.
Like, who cares?
I'm just like, why? Because we're catching fish in your side. Like,
Yeah, who cares?
I can
about,
still cast there from 10 feet back.
Yeah, who cares about 10 feet?
Yeah. I got my own rig to get up, go
Like,
60
right,
yards out.
like, what are we fishing for? Okay.
Zing.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Like half
Yeah.
the time I'm casting 120 yards anyway. Like,
Yeah. And the upside is if it's a nice windy day, it's like you just go out where you want to go and
I'm
just drift
sitting
back.
with the wind. Yeah, this wind is helping me at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Or you get yourself in a position where you're just trolling, you throw it a
but one day we almost got in trouble because went up in a mission trip and we were out in canoes. We hooked into this muskie that kept pulling our canoe towards Canadian water. So we were just sitting there like throwing anchors off. Like we had 5 of them with us, and this fish is still pulling us. So we're just sitting there like, and like there's like the Navy and like, or like not Navy, but like border control
Border
like
Patrol, yeah.
ships.
The guy in the gator.
It's like,
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
white.
no, they're just like, he comes like rolling up. He's like, yo, you can't cross this line. And we're just like, bro, we can't stop.
Yeah.
Like, this fish is like our motor right now. Like, we can't, and I can't like be like, oh, go this way, guy. You know, like,
yeah.
it's pulling me this way. I can't just be like, oh, no, go this way.
Yeah.
You know?
They
Like,
should arrest the fish for jumping the line.
Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
but then, like, the guy was super cool. He's like, all right, like, I'll give you 100 yards into our, like, water area to land this fish and get back.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, cool. And like we started pushing that like 100-yard mark. And he's like, yo, like you either have to like land this fish now or like cut it off, like break your line. And I'm just like, bro, like, no.
This is a fish of a lifetime.
Like, right, like, no, this is a fish of 10,000 casts.
Mhm.
And then as soon as I said that, my line snapped.
Oh.
And I'm like, you're an asshole, my guy. Like, I could have been fighting this fish for another like 10 minutes, caught it, and like let it go. All I wanted was a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go and paddle our ass back to the U.S. waters. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm keeping this fish now. Like, no, I just want a picture.
Yeah.
But they're just like, no, like you either like break that line now or like,
Well, the fish broke it for you.
and then all of a sudden, like, yeah, the
They
fish.
should have ID'd the fish. I don't get it.
I almost threw my pole at like the dude on the boat. I was like,
Yeah.
Like,
Chuck it at
keep
his
it,
head,
like,
yeah.
right, like,
You can
like,
have it. Get mad about it.
you want to confiscate something here? Like, fuck it. Like,
You take the fish.
right
Okay?
here.
Right.
It's
Good
your
luck.
problem now.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice gator.
That's a good way to end it right there. That's a heck of
It
a
is.
story.
It is. Guys, B tier pod. If you haven't already, subscribe.
Mhm.
Hit that like button. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what else. Facebook.
Facebook.
Yep, Facebook.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.